We're going to get into the mood before we get started. Shout out to artist Imani for making this track. So let's get into the zone before we really get started. And then we're going to address a lot of things that need to be addressed. Okay, how are you doing today? This is D Blackout. This is the first edition of Logical Drama. Logical drama consists of things that normally make sense, you think would make common sense, but really don't. For example, you might be out with your girlfriend's in-laws, and her mother says, "Hey, what kind of champagne is this that you're drinking?" You say, "Well, this is a bottle of rosé, and it's like $22 a glass in New York City, because that's where I'm shooting from, of rosé." So later on that day, or let's say a couple of days later, you're out with your girlfriend's mother, and you go into a grocery store or a liquor store, and you're like, "Miss Such and Such, this is the bottle of wine that you was drinking the other night." And she says, "Oh my God, it's $39 for a bottle?" You were just spending $22 for a glass. That's an example of logical drama. But moving on, we're going to first touch on relationships. I've noticed that a lot of relationships that our grandparents had, our mothers had, don't last like they used to. One, several reasons. Men don't know how to be men and women don't know how to be women. And it's not our fault. We were never trained to be those people. Mommy taught us, well, ladies' wives, don't take or accept things from a man because he wants things in return. But mommy never taught you how to protect your heart because talking about the relationship was taboo. But a lot of women don't understand that in order to maintain a man, you know how to maintain a man. And it doesn't come from the vagina. And certain qualities that you look for a man can't be bought. And a lot of us think that we're in relationships and we really aren't. What we have is a fuck buddy who just we share space for, or spare space with, and we call it love. But if you notice, we're so easy to pick up and move on and move to the next place. I know what you're saying. Oh, who's this guy D Blackout? What makes him qualified to say stuff? Well, let me tell you. One, I've been in a relationship for over 10 years. Two, I've cheated and I've been cheated on. Three, I've lied and I've been lied to. So, you know, as a woman told me one time before in a department store, sometimes you need somebody who's been in the trench, a crook, to catch a crook. So when you're sitting there wondering why your man is doing what he's doing, or his woman is doing, or your woman is doing what she's doing, I'm here to tell you why. And I do encourage you to apply to this blog. But let's address the relationship and why it's not lasting. I truly honestly believe that as a man, you should treat your woman as though it's the first day that you met her. Every day should be the first day that you met her. Just because you got the ass doesn't mean that you stop doing the extras and picking up her phone the first time, or if you're playing Xbox or 360 that you wait until after the game. Nah, because that kills the whole mood of the relationship. And if you can't be consistently with that, then you're just a phony. Ladies, be honest with yourself if you really want to be with this man. Because if you're sneaky with your intentions, or you haven't really cleaned your slate because you don't like being by yourself, it could cause problems in the long run, which it did for my relationship. Let's touch on a little something here. I wrote down a couple of things. I had my thoughts to myself, and I wrote a couple of things down that I just wanted to address when it comes to this whole relationship situation. Because I know a lot of people are pondering and wondering what is really going on, but they're just staying put trying to grind for the answers, and you really don't know what answers to look for. So I wrote down a couple of things here. When you understand the nature of a thing, then you know what it's capable of. Meaning that once you understand the nature of your woman or your man, you know what he's capable of. You can't wish that he is something that he's not. And if, ladies, you're looking for that perfect man, there is no perfect man. The last man that I heard that was perfect was Jesus Christ, and they found a way to kill him. And another thing you'll have to look at is this. When someone else's happiness is your happiness, that is love. That is true love. As I said, when someone else's happiness is your happiness, that is love. A lot of people don't understand that, or they really don't know what that means. You know, a lot of people, they are jumping from relationship to relationship. They see a new guy and they're like, oh my God, I met this guy Tom, he's this, he's that. But guess what? It comes a point where you have to make a choice whether you're going to be with that person that you're with now. Because guess what? Everybody fucks up. Whether you fuck up, he fuck up, people just fuck up in different ways. Excuse the language, but it's the truth. Some people cheat. If you ain't got to deal with a girl or a female, a guy or woman who's cheating, she might have a drug addiction. She could have a gambling problem. He could be a pedophile. He could be lack of ambition. Like, there's so many things that you have to deal with. So you meet a new guy as a female. You meet a new guy. Of course, he's not, the arguments are not there. The disappointments are not there. But guess what? Who said that the guy that you're meeting, he's single for a reason too? And I'm pretty sure if you could speak to his exes, they would have some choice things and words to say about him as well. So you're jumping from ship to ship, and really the ship you should be on is right in front of you. Or, and a lot of people don't understand that, the equity of a relationship. And they listen to other people. But listen, while you sitting there and listen to other people, you have to listen to your inner self, your heart. You have to do what's right for you as a woman or a man. Because these people who have all this grand advice, they go home to their wives, or their girlfriends, or their boyfriends and their husbands. And while you're sitting there by yourself, they're there with their other half. But they have all this advice. I'm not saying that I'm the advice guru. I'm just saying that I've lived long enough and I know enough people to experience what is going on in this world. And I watch from other people's angles and things that they're doing. But if you have a situation, a lot of people are like, oh, I wouldn't stay there and I'm not going to be with him. But what are you leaving him for? Somebody else who just puts up another good front? If your heart is there, then your heart is there. And people make mistakes. So whether your man cheated on you or your woman cheated on you, you just have to, if they sincerely say that they're sorry, then I would advise that you work through it. Because at least with the demon that you have, you know what you're dealing with. But if you were to go off and deal with somebody else, you don't know what you're dealing with. And people are like shoes. Of course, when you buy a new sneaker, it feels very good on your foot. But after a while, it becomes just another sneaker. So what do? You toss it away, or do you wash it? And just to touch a little bit based on that is that a lot of the qualities that women are looking for in men, it can't be bought. You know how many people I know, and you probably know as well. I just got a call the other day from a young lady. Her husband is very wealthy. Hit me up early in the morning. D, can you come over? I need your help ASAP. I thought that he did something physical and put her hands on her, but yet, it was a lot of boxes around. She lives in a very wealthy place in Manhattan, 2-floor penthouse, 2 balconies, beautiful, financially stable, husband very wealthy, but she's not happy. So it's not about the money. I'm sitting there, I look at her and I say, what's going on? She busts out crying. My marriage is not what it's supposed to be, and this, that, and the third. I need him to be there. What is consists of your relationship when there's nothing else to buy? You have all the red bottoms, and then you find yourself in a relationship where your husband or your wife saying, I don't love you. They just love what you do for them. Who wants that? I know y'all seen the Notebook, ladies. That's what it's really about. I honestly believe that The generation of 70, from the 70s, 80s, 90s, and up, when it comes to relationship, it's horrible. Again, I'm not the best, but I'm real with myself. And I sit back and I analyze and I look at myself and I look at other people and I say, what do I want? You have to know what you want to get what you want. This is episode 1. Stay tuned for episode 2. Thank you for listening. D Black out.